Hello, this is a budget Cyclic Warrior. I'm relying heavily on the Dragoon 400% and the Dark Knight 400%, but ideally I'd love to have artifacts that also help sustain my own life as well as deal damage to the enemies. My intellect is pretty lacking at this point. Sorry, so on my gear I have intellect during Lightbringer damage dealt, near death damage dealt, pretty much across most of my gear. Um, and I do have Lancet to help once the enemy has elemental vulnerability, that I get some HP and MP back. Lunatic to speed up my attacks and my actions by 25%, but I don't get my break gauge coming back. Summon Tachi just to help with the damage dealt. Does help with break damage dealt, but that's not what we're going for in this particular setup. Unfortunately, you do take more damage, so when I do get hit, I'm probably going to die. And then Chaosbringer turns all of my abilities, makes them cost 0 MP for a pretty short duration. And you kind of need a lot of MP in order to get a longer duration out of that. And then how do we get our max MP back? Well, we're going to rely on Solar Chaos Mastery. So Cyclic Warrior, as long as you do a Solar Chaos on the enemy, you get some max MP back. And during Chaosbringer, the idea is that you get to hit the enemy multiple times. Use those Solar Chaos job action that normally costs 300 regular MP and 300 max MP. On the second job, I didn't bother to nerf that one intentionally, and some of this is just leftovers from whatever it used to be. It's kind of gibberish at this point. But the two important affinities right now are, well, let's speed up my casting too. Are Samurai 250% for the chain cancel. I'm not even using the mind's eye, but power and perseverance. The chain cancel will increase the damage. Does increase break damage dealt. It also increases your MP generation on normal attacks, and it also increases your max MP generation when you're using boost magic. For some reason, Samurai 250% does all of that, but parry damage dealt and soul shield damage dealt do not. Those are just damage dealt for towards HP. And then I'm also going to be using the Summoner 120% to get my max MP up before the battle starts, because I am using a trial that reduces my buff duration. You know what? Let's just take that down a little bit. And some other stuff where I'm just getting hit. Let's actually take some of these down just a bit, because we're not wearing artifacts, and kind of this is what this was for. Job trees. Cyclic Warrior. At the moment, I'm using Intellect. That's the bulk of my damage for Solar Chaos is coming from Intellect. And I'm also using Spirit, because that does affect the damage of Solar Chaos. Specifically, Solar Chaos. Not as much as Intellect, but it does affect the damage. We'll say like, I forget the exact numbers, but I think I get about 1,000-ish damage from this amount of spirit and about 4,000-ish damage from the intellect. So kind of adding those two together, except it doesn't add, it kind of does like this weird multiplication thing. And so it turns out to be more than 5,000 that gets added at the end. But anywho, because I have the Dark Knight 400%, that puts me at near death at all times. I'm getting this near death damage dealt and a little bit of damage taken in case I get hit. And then in category 3, I do like the duration. So I'm increasing the duration of Lightbringer, which affects Chaosbringer. Not as much, but it does affect it. And then during Lightbringer damage dealt, trying to get and squeeze some of that out. Increase MP limit boost rate. Ideally, I'd like to have an artifact that had Void Knight 120%. That would have been lovely, but I don't. I'm sorry, for the purposes of this video, I'm not using one. And I just wanted to showcase that Cyclic Warrior, as well as a lot of other jobs, can still get through Bahamut 400, provided your job level is up there, your gear is smith, and you start to become comfortable with the fights and the mechanics. When I say mechanics, I mean guard, parry, soul shield, dodge, chain cancel, switching jobs, using your job actions, using your command abilities, using your combo abilities. And if you're playing with AI team members, kind of learning how they operate, like shouting at them with the D-pad left and right, and kind of luring the enemy into them or them into the enemy to get at least one swing off. Anywho, I like the pre-cast Earthquake, except I can't until I have 300 MP. So I'm going to at least use my... Oh, that didn't do it. Oh. So I'm casting a spell. I cast a spell, and I'm chain canceling, which is just switching your job just as the animation for the spell's going off. If you do it a little too early, things go pretty bad. But like you start the action and interrupt the ability from doing anything, and then just cancel it. So you just waste a lot of MP. Harder to do that on a spell, but anywho, we're going into battle. Going into battle, I'm gonna do a haste first, chain cancel, Chaosbringer, Lunatic, just to speed up the rest of everything, Lancet, Summon Tachi, and then I'm going to try to do an Earthquake. So, taking out Bikke, still with the budget build. And we want to be absolutely ready for him. Because once he starts moving, we have a lot of crap to pay once he starts moving. So even getting those little earth things on the ground and messing up his ship. His ship looks horrible now. Look at that. Looks like the Sahagins took like a massive poop and nobody cleaned that up. I'm sorry, I'm ranting now. But I just wanted to showcase what that could look like. And we're just getting some of the trials. Now, I realize again that's Bikke. Things may not go as smooth for other encounters or other trials, but I just wanted to showcase how you can kind of mess around with that, and my overall confidence in the fight against Bikke was that that when I throw something together, that I have a rough idea of what he's going to do and what he's not going to do, but that doesn't always work. We're going to try this build one other way. We're going to try it with the usual ninja. Uh-oh, what did we lose? We still have samurai. Do we have summoner? Yep. And we're going to go into battle. We're going into battle, and we're going to do a little happy dance. Our little ninja happy dance. Unfortunately, Greatsword kind of messes with that.
I've only just begun. Now I'm warmed up. I've only just begun. Now I'm warmed up. I've only just begun.
That should be enough. So we're going to try to precast the earth. And then, oops, I'm sorry. We're going to do the Utsemi and go in there. Chaosbringer, Lunatic. Oh my gosh. So, guess what part of the video we're gonna edit out?
Smile on your face. Doesn't bode well. Just getting warmed up. Its defenses are shattered.
That was pretty bad. Let's try to buff up.
You mustn't drink them like water. We'll have to take it slow.
Where is he? He's too scary. He is friggin' scary. That was a bit of a mess. But you just kind of see, this is what an unedited video looks like. Things can go pretty bad when you, you cast Whirlwind instead of Earthquake. But we get our loot. I could have just let it kind of play out. I'm sorry, did I mention something about editing? Yeah, we don't do that here. That's not true, we do edit. Like that black screen, we can get rid of it. Anywho, again, just kind of wanted to reiterate how that could play out. And if you wanted to make this way better than it is, you start looking for artifacts that help you get some intellect along the way. Ninja gives you that cushion. If you're feeling super, super, super saucy, you can also do Monk with Master and have, if you have enough, wrong item. If you have enough charge time reduction for focus, combined with Red Mage, you can kind of come up with a monk that just kind of gets to the 4 stages pretty quickly, and then you have pretty devastating damage. But it's a bit harder to kind of your ability to live has also been reduced as well, so you have to take everything out. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to throw that out there as a kind of a budget Cyclic Warrior build, and all that stuff. But yeah, here's until next time.